Well, the rest of politics all seems to be about Elon Musk at the moment. He's been on his X social media platform having a right go at the Prime Minister and others in the UK government, even calling for Sir Keir Starmer to be jailed. And today the Prime Minister hit back defending his handling of the grooming gang scandal.
I reopened cases that had been closed and supposedly finished. I brought the first major prosecution of an Asian grooming gang. In the particular case, it was in Rochdale, but it was the first of its kind. There were many that then followed that format. Those that are spreading lies and misinformation as far and as wide as possible, they're not interested in victims. They're interested in themselves.
Elon Musk also seems to have turned on his ex-pal Nigel Farage, says he doesn't think he's fit to lead the Reform Party. He's had online spats over the last few months and years as well, with Scottish politicians too. How do you think politicians here should handle him, Shona?
Well, I think with that backdrop, that was a very weird way to handle it. Obviously, this was a pre-arranged, event to do with the NHS. You have to feel for the doctor standing awkwardly behind Keir Starmer when he's talking about something completely unrelated to why he's there. I think probably if I was Keir Starmer, all these things that are being said, a lot of which is misinformation. Some of it's been dug up from Boris Johnson days, some of the things that I've seen being tweeted. You can understand his need to defend himself. But unfortunately, I think the more you say, the more cracks, and a lot of these things are quite nuanced. You could be forgiven from thinking from Twitter or X that there'd never been any inquiries into all of these horrendous things that went on with the grooming and the child sexual exploitation. There obviously have been, but the difficulty is the recommendations of the inquiries haven't been implemented yet. To be fair to Keir Starmer, he hasn't had long to do that. People in America probably don't even really understand that Keir Starmer has only just become Prime Minister and we're talking about something that happened a long time ago. It's too complex to try and explain to the kind of people who might see the X posts why it's wrong. So in a sense, you are almost best to dismiss it.
So
but I can understand why he
ignore
personally...
Elon Musk then?
I think generally he is a troll. So if you look at some of his posts, they're obviously jokey. Some of them are very serious seeming, but others are just ridiculous. Like, should America take charge of Britain to save it from its politicians? That's just like some, teenager in his mum's basement posting. So a lot of it is just nonsense. And, the rule of internet trolls is that you don't feed them.
But Rachel, John Swinney also being forced into this today. I counted the questions after his speech this morning. He took 6 questions from broadcasters. 4 of them were about Elon Musk.
I think that really just shows the reach that his posts are having. I was having a look through Elon Musk's X feed earlier on today, and there's just so much. There's multiple posts every single hour, all hours of the day and night. These posts are reaching hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. So in the one hand, you can't really ignore it. It's gone beyond that point now. But at the same time, you can't really entertain some of the things that he is saying there. So that's kind of the balance that politicians now need to weigh up there.
So that's the thing, he's got 211 million followers on X. How can you ignore him, Shona?
Well, how many of the people reading the posts about what's going on in the UK are voters in the UK? I mean, some of them, obviously, and there's a lot of people who are trying to stir these things up, but I just think a lot of it is too complex, and the whole nature of these posts and these clips that he's sharing, you go, oh, that sounds terrible, oh, there was a cover-up, oh, blah, blah, blah. But to explain it, you would need to sit with someone for 20 minutes, and that's not going to happen. And the people who are seeing the tweets aren't watching Keir Starmer today standing in the hospital giving some explanation. I do think that when it's so inflammatory and it's verging on incitement and it's targeting someone, like with Jess Phillips being targeted by a comment, I think that is something slightly different. But I think what we saw with Humza Yousaf's interaction with Elon Musk is that you just can't win.